Hello and welcome. This is FCP Drone Club and we are gonna go live. Well, we are live and we're about to go live with the event of stage 1 tonight, which is going to be the basics track, and that is what we're looking at here. I can show you the basics track, but what I can't do is fly it properly. But this is the track. This is where you start. And then you basically go through a series of gates through the tunnel, and then it's the fastest around 3 laps. There's a qualifying and then there's the main race, and this is the first track of that. So that is that one, and then afterwards, providing we have enough people wanting to take part, we're then going to do it with another track, which is the domain track, and that one's a slightly more complicated, much more involved, but I will show you it so you've got a good idea of what is going to come up. There we go, FCP DC domain, and this one is a cool track. I like it. It's quite involved though, so again I'm not going to fly it properly, but what I will do is just go around it. So that's again where you start. There's 2 stacks. That's the first stack, and then you go around to the second stack, which is that one, and you go up and down them differently to each other to make it a little bit more interesting. This one you go through, turn around and come back the other way, and then you keep doing that as you ladder up. And then the other one is you spiral down, so you're always going through the gate heading towards the rest of the track. You then go through the barn and through the donkey tunnels, which is what we call these red tunnels, donkey tunnels, and then we go around the building, around the barn, going through each one of these gates, and then you basically go over the gate, then you go up and through, and then over the barn, through the gate, drop down, which I love. Whee! Oh, I missed it. Round the chicane, round the last donkey tunnel, and then you're round to the start. Again, it's the fastest you can go around in 3 laps. So this is using the TinyWhoop Go simulator. And if you are up for giving it a go yourself, you can basically plug in most controllers. If you can control, put your controller into your computer and set it up. We've got 2 controllers, and we just basically plug and play for us. But there's plenty of help if you need it. But if you fancy giving it a go, please do. Join one of the clubs. Try and find the nearest club to you. There's a map which you can go and visit on the TinyWhoop.uk website to find your closest club and give them a shout. We're in South Gloucestershire, but they are all over the country, and if you're watching in other countries, they are all over the world. So the network is everywhere. So if you fancy it, give it a go. It's a lot of fun. I don't fly, I just organise, but we have lots of members, and hopefully we're going to have a good race tonight. We're going to be back right after this. And we are back. Now what I'm going to do is, because there are people all the time learning to actually do these events as a race organizer, I like to show people what I'm doing so that they can try and get more involved in how things work. So basically we have a system which I can show you now. This is where everyone goes into the pits. Now the first one is meant to start in 8 minutes, so we're okay for a minute. We've got to wait for all those names to go green, and then once they have gone green, we can then go into the qualifying, and it's the qualifying, the top 8 then go to the next 4 rounds, and the winner, it's based on points. So if you come first, second, third, fourth, that's how you accumulate points over the rounds, and then the winner is whoever the winner is for that. So what we're able to do is show you with a camera system which comes with this system, so we can actually follow them and the competitors as they go around each of the courses, which is pretty groovy, to say the least. And you can get an idea of how quick they are as well, because we will be able to find out what their lap split times are, which is really cool, especially for not beginners so much, but beginner pilots in simulators. I don't know if you are a drone pilot, but if you are, then you probably started off with a simulator, and if not, then you probably use them to improve your skills. We're going to be doing a test actually with our club. One of our members is Mouse, and she's been flying for about 6 months, and she's only been on a real quad twice, and we're going to do a test on the difference between the simulator and a real quad. So she's not actually flown a TinyWhoop properly before, not with the camera system and everything. So, but she is very good, considering how long she's been doing it. She is very good on the simulator. So to find out how close the simulator is to real life, we are going to do a live stream of her doing that, crossing over from the simulator to real life, and we're going to video it so that people can actually see the difference and what benefit flying simulators really has, especially if you're a beginner, because we've probably trashed about 3 quads between us, and we've lost a few as well. So simulators is a good idea because it's cheaper, especially if you lose a quad or you trash it by crashing it into a tree or making it do certain kind of gymnastic type leaps and then landing on your head, which is what we've done. So yeah, simulators are the way to go to start, and hopefully once that is once we've done that test, it will really show the difference of what simulators can do. So they're not games, they are as realistic as they can be. This particular TinyWhoop Go is based on the Motor Rush, which is a very well known simulator. It's made by the same people. So you are going to get what happens if I let go of all the controls. Now we actually fly a little bit slower on that, but basically if you let go of the controls on a real quad, you'll literally just fall out of the sky. So that is what it's like. So we're just waiting now for the rest of the pilots to come into the pits, and they will all slowly go green for those who actually want to take part. And sometimes people will forget that they are going to be flying, and they don't turn up in time, which is a shame. But we'll see who comes, and we will be able to see then how everybody gets on. And I'm just biding time now, but what I would like to do, if I can, is I'm going to show you a real TinyWhoop in real life, which is going to be a bit tough because it's a bit dark, but we're going to give it a go. So let's go to the webcam, and it's not easy to see the TinyWhoop. In fact, it's literally impossible. Okay, there's a TinyWhoop. Where can I show it? Can't really show it because it's really dark, which is not cool, man. I like dark rooms, you see, that's why. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to show it just now, but I will in a few minutes time once I've resolved some issues. So in the meantime, we're going to go back, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. So we'll be right back up. And we are back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try again. And this is a TinyWhoop. This is how their actual size, so you can get a real look at what they are all about. So let's just change over, and there it is. Okay, so this is a TinyWhoop. This is an iPhone 6, so you can get the size. There we go. See it on top. It's just a normal quad, which you use a standard controller with, which we use turnkey, one of these controllers, and that basically flies that, and then we put a camera on top, and then we use VR goggles to look through what the actual camera does, and that's what you're going to see when we do the simulation. Is basically the same sort of thing, except people will be sat at home because of social distancing. So that's why we're doing it. A lot of videos on the simulator is because of the social distancing. So that is basically the quad. Really, really, really small. Yeah, it fits in my hand lovely. It's got guards on it, so you can fly it around the house. It won't do anyone any damage, and they are a lot of fun. But they also take a lot of practice. So it's not something that you can do easily. So that is something to always remember. That's why simulators are very helpful, because it gives you the muscle technique that you need with the throttle, because that's the one that usually catches folk out, is the old throttle. Because it's not spring loaded. You literally have to continually push and pull the lever of the throttle to actually get around everything at different speeds, different heights, depending on what the sort of gates you have are. So we're going to come out of this particular one now, and we're going to get ready to go to an event. So let's just come out and then come out again. Oh, I came out too much then. Okay, let's go back in and make sure that we've got all the tracks are still there, and then click on the event, and we should be able to join, but we can't. Why can't we not join? 22nd of May, 8:30, register. There is no join. Why can I not join? I think I might know why I can't join. No one can join by the looks of it, because if we look on the old system, everybody is still red, which is interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly log into the back and just see why we can't join, because there, where it says registered, there should be a join, but there isn't. Okay, let's just double check that everything is right. Everything is right. Everything is right there. Yeah, non-league qualifying, British Standard Time, 22nd of the 5th, public, that is all fine, can't join. So let's just come out of the system, and then we're going to go back in, relog back in, click on events, and registered. So basically that's not cool, man. We cannot do the event because registration has been, the event's been basically disabled. This has happened before, so I know why it's doing it. It's just that I don't understand why it's doing it today. That is odd. Right, okay. So that's not a good start. What we'll do is we're going to quickly hop on to Discord, where everybody hopefully will be, and then we can explain why it isn't working. So let's just log in to Discord, and then we will find out. Yes, I'm not a robot. Obviously I'm not a robot. I am still here. I just don't understand why Discord isn't working either. So we have issues. We have issues but no tissues. Oh no, indeed. I literally have no idea how to fix this problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 pilots ready to go, but unfortunately I can't start the event. The event is not startable because I don't have anyone green, and that's because no one can join. And what's worse is I can't even get on Discord, which is where everybody is, to explain to them why it's not working also. So let's just try again. Let's try that. Okay, Discord. I'm sorry it's taking so long, folks. I am trying to get there as quickly as I can. Okay, hopefully this is going to do it. Oh god, I just keep thinking that I'm a robot. Crosswalks. But it's really slow. No more crosswalks. Traffic lights. Crosswalks. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, hopefully that has done it. No, still a crosswalk. Oh, this thing about if I'm a bloody robot. No, I'm not a bloody robot. Right, okay, so now I've got to put in something else. Just to get on Discord, this is just ridiculous. It's redonkulous. Redonkulous! Right, where is it? I think it's that. Here we go. So... okay. New features. Not interested. Let's go in. Hello. Hello. Oh, I haven't joined.
How will it fly? Is it going to fly like shit?
Hello.
Is it going to be hard to take off and stuff like that?
It'll be a bit harder to take off, but it won't get bashed around in the wing too much.
Right, so we have a IT issue where everything's set up. I've double checked everything, but I think they've turned off the events. Because this has happened to us before, where we've come on, everyone's registered, but the button doesn't come up to join. So I'm guessing you're all the same, or is it just me?
Yeah, join.
It just says registered and it doesn't say join. So I have no clue why, because I did everything as I normally do. And the last time this happened was when, well, basically they switched it off, if you remember. So I'm just checking very quickly, because this is just going to be such a pain in the ass if this is the case when I've had a really good turnout of people and they just don't.
That's such a shame.
I am not happy because I was on a call with them all at 6 o'clock with Jesse and Ray and everybody who created it. And they all knew that I was having. Hang on, Ray's just messaged me. So, oh, come on, you piece of fucking shit! Fuck off! What the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna throw this thing out the window in a minute. Oh shit! I'm on YouTube. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, listeners.
Oh, that's it. Goodbye monetization.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Neil. How's it going, mate? Oh, yeah, it's pretty good, man. Yeah, having a good time. Actually, starting to feel like it's at home. So everything's it pace of life is slow here. Same with pace of building, but I'll send some pictures out because it's actually looking really mint. Yeah. You're gonna be going home down to Bristol at some point, or is that where you'll live, or will you stay up in Oxford? We still can't really move for more than one night with the whole lockdown thing. Okay. And not been like, I don't know when that's going to be lifted for boaters. I don't know. But we're still not finished, so I think it's probably like a month off yet, and that might be optimistic for the pace that things happen here. It's good. It's good fun. It's just really good fun. An ideal time to not have much on by way of work. Yeah, completely. Are you furloughed, Dan? Are you? You just off at the moment? Kind of. The company that I was working for sort of folded. Big aviation and events organisation company. So yeah, the two sectors you really don't want to be. Not too bad though. The furlough scheme does cover me because I'm self-employed, so I've still got a bit coming in from the government, which is quite nice. I've not been flying much though, which is a bit sad. But I have been. I've got into doing like building kind of ship boats, and it's just really good fun because this is. I've
Ship boats?
Yeah, well, so I built that plane a while ago, and that was really good fun. And then I decided to take the motor and servos off it, and see if I can make like an airboat, like a swamp boat.
Oh, okay. It's just that I got two 1.5 meter 6S speedboats. I'm going to put up for sale quite cheap.
What range are we talking? Is quite cheap. I don't know what these things will go for.
Well, put it this way. When I built it, it was 500 quid, one of them, yeah? Because it's all been upgraded. I even got the rudder from Australia. Because it's got a twin intake, water intake in the rudder itself. One to call the motor and another one to call the actual ESC. Now on the standard ones, you only have one intake that goes through the motor, and then it goes to the ESC. Alright, so I don't know. I'll probably 200 quid for the two. You know, they've been under my bed for a couple of years now.
These things go like rockets, don't they? They go like rockets, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So I I'll have to talk to Megan and the storage space has to be negotiated.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If I put a link to my YouTube channel, you'll see how fast it goes. Your channel.
Do you guys know what track we're flying?
Basics.
I don't.
Basics.
Right, I've just created another event just to see if I still get the same problem. Right. So you can join. So at least we can do some flying. I doubt. Discord admin. If you refresh, there'll be another one. FCP Drone Club, FCP event. You should be able to join that one. Actually, no, you won't, because you're not. Hang on, you won't be able to. Hang on a minute. Let me change that to 50.
This is just an FCP event.
Yeah. Okay. So I've just changed the time. So now
I can see it, but I can't register or join.
Yeah, that's right.
Just do it now. I've just done it.
Yeah. If you come out and then back in again, Neil, sorry mate, it's my fault. It's because I copied the last event and I forgot to change the time.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, sick. That's video. Sound.
Okay. Yeah. We're getting there. Admin, Discord. Did you get that, mate?
Here,
Yeah, you'll have to come back out and then go back into events, mate, and then it will you'll be able to see it and then join.